Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Scrap Time Show. Back after a long break, I am joined, as always, by the co-host Vexelz. How are we doing today, my friend?
Yeah, good man, good. Long day at work. Glad to be back. How are
Nice
you, bro?
one. I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Yeah, we're vibing. We're what how long into MW2 are we? Almost 2 weeks. 2 weeks tomorrow, or 2 weeks,
Yeah,
2 days.
2 weeks. Yeah,
Yeah, almost
yeah.
2 weeks into MW2. Obviously, we haven't had a show in a little bit, guys. We've been waiting for some competitive stuff to develop, which just dropped the last couple of days. The rule set, some of the maps, some of the layout for the competitive season and the challenger season. So we're going to be going through all of that good stuff today. Shout out to everyone who's watching live as well, guys. Appreciate you guys who are tuning in live. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, hit that sub button if you haven't already. So yeah, we're going to jump on in. I think the first thing we're going to go into is some of the competitive rules set that was released by the COD League on the 7th
Yeah.
of November. So a bit of an interesting one from the COD League. Nothing that we're not used to, I suppose. So they come out with this tweet the 7th at 10 p.m., at least over in European time where we're at. Kind of giving out some of the maps. I think this had people very confused. You can see no hotel to be found. Obviously, no raceway, which we expected with the whole kind of lawsuit stuff, and then Farm 18
Yeah.
search, which I think had some of us thrown off. So yeah, that was definitely definitely an L. Wait, Vex, did you see this live before they really released a proper one?
No, I didn't see it. I just saw the new one.
Yeah, the new yeah. So yeah, I have the new one here as well. So they put this out, and either they completely just made a mistake, or they didn't talk to any of the pros, or anything. So they put out a new tweet saying that so this is the 1.0 rules. Then quickly about a few hours later the 1.1 rule set comes out,
Yeah.
updated map set, and then the armor piercing. So if you go to their actual website, you see they have the updated maps here. I'll actually pull up a tweet from CDL Intel Crow, and he kind of has it laid out in a more readable fashion. So yeah, so here we can see the official maps. Hotel is back. For me, probably the best all around map for all the game modes in terms of having a tree game mode map. I'm not sure if you agree, Vex, on that one.
I haven't played Control, I don't think, on it, but
Okay.
is it a control map?
Yeah, yeah, it says a control map. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It plays good in S&D. It plays good in Hardpoint. Yeah. So I like the map. I like it. I did hear it was going to be removed though. I thought it was being removed, but obviously
Yeah, but
it's not.
you have to think it's at the end of the day it's a hotel. It is a fan. I looked it up. I actually have a video come out about it. It's it's a 5-star hotel in Amsterdam, and it's like very upscale. Like they definitely have like they're definitely a pretty big like hotel type company, but like it's nothing compared to F1. So you assume
Right.
Activision
Okay.
can just give them a bag, and
Yeah.
they'll just
Yeah. I mean,
like
I saw the photos and the back spawn area looks like
oh, the
identical.
exact same, and also the middle
Yeah.
area, like the way they did the wall, like it curves around by top bed, is the exact same. Coming in towards like that L where the desk is the exact same. So they literally just took. I don't even think they went there because on Booking.com the pictures are the exact same. They might not have even gone there. They
Wait,
might have,
really?
I don't know. They probably did go there. You'd imagine someone high up went there, but yeah, they literally completely ripped it off. Same with that museum map that was in the beta.
Yeah, I
Did you
saw
see
that.
it?
Yeah,
Did
I
you see
saw
the
the
IRL
photo. Yeah,
picture of it?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Looks
yeah,
exactly the same, doesn't it?
exact same. But anyway, despite all that craziness coming in from Infinity Ward, it's S&D maps are going to be Fortress, Hotel, Asilo. Is it Asilo or Asilio? I've heard.
You're asking the wrong person, Deck.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say Asilo. Then Embassy and Los Alamos. That's the S&D. Hardpoint's pretty similar. Only map switched up is the hydroelectric map with all the water. So we'll be all getting our Michael Phelps going this year. And then
Yeah, I haven't played that map yet.
I
How does
tried
it play?
it. I tried it in eights like twice, but it wasn't like crazy. If without the water, it's actually a pretty good map. Like it has like
Yeah.
it has like 3 lanes, like little outer area. The water though, you can like flank around the whole map. Like the water moves kind of weird. You only like can use your pistol in water. If you use dead silence, you're still loud
Yeah,
when you go into the.
you can't shoot underwater, can you? You have to go onto the
Yeah,
surface and
so I don't know. As far as maps we've had in the last few years, I would say it's up. It's decent because the
yeah,
last few
okay.
years we haven't had that many good maps. But anyway, yeah, that's gonna be the hardpoint maps all the same, except you got hydroelectric instead of El Estilo, and then control. We somehow have 3 maps. We have Fortress, Hotel, and Asilo. For me, Fortress it's actually one of my favorite maps, just how it like lays out for search and hardpoint. But in
Mhm.
control, it's almost like Garrison back in Cold War, if you remember Garrison, in terms of the spawn trap you get. Like
Yeah.
if you're on offense, you just cannot get out. I saw some of the pros talk about it as well. You can't get out the spawn trap. So I don't know if that's
Right,
going to
okay.
keep going. And someone from the chat, Breeze, welcome. He says he thinks hotels getting removed after Major One. I heard that, but I don't see a world where that's actually going to happen. Like how they could use it for Major One and then it just be gone. Like they're either going to settle and use it or settle and not. So I imagine by the CDL putting it out that it's going to be a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, I like all the S&D maps. I think it's cool. I've only played a few hardpoint maps. Played the market map. I played hotel, embassy. Oh, to be fair, I played them all except the hydro one. And then
yeah.
I've only played the raceway control. And that's not even on there. So I need to play some more control to see what it's like. And
Well, out of all the maps though, what's your favorite map this year? Like, not really
probably
not Embassy.
embassy or hotel probably.
See, the thing about Embassy is like, it feels like like not the Vanguard. It feels like the bow cage of this year's game. Like just from casting it, I'm not sure how it feels when you play, but like casting it,
No, I
like
feel like Fortress does.
maybe it plays like that. But like obviously, I do more like casting than playing. Like in terms of
Hmm.
how the games play out, the only map I've seen go to like time for the most part is Embassy, and it actually goes to time a lot. Like it might end like
Right. Okay.
2:10 to 2. But I could see Fortress being like that too. It's kind of mixy. But at least what I like about Embassy and Fortress Hardpoint is Um, the hardpoints make sense somewhat. Like maybe their locations are a bit off, but like there's only like five, I think maps, 5 or 6 of them on each one. There's not like
Yeah.
7 hardpoint rotations like there is on Las Almas, so
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
No,
definitely a plus.
embassy hardpoint is good. I like it.
Yeah, so those are maps and modes. Definitely more variety than there was in Vanguard already, which is a good sign. So better than we've had previously, but obviously there could be improvements made. So that's going to be the map set, and then when you're jumping over to here on the actual COD website, they have all the rules kind of laid out. Not very user friendly though. It's kind of weird and clunky. But actually, shout out to Breaking Point. I'll have this link down below in the description. You guys can check it out. They have kind of a article done. I think Crone did this article. It goes through all the actual GAs, so the gentlemen's agreements from the pros, as well as the regular stuff that is banned this year. So definitely a lot of GAs. Not even 2 weeks into the game, Vex.
Yeah, I thought the tuning was going to be G8, but it's not. And
But
it's
are people
actually
using it though?
it's a lot better than I thought as well.
Have you used it
Easy
yet?
to use. Yeah. You kind of need to be fair, to make you gun like
Oh,
the best it can be.
I haven't touched it. What do you do? Do you like? Because I saw it's like a wheel or something.
Yeah, so it's just like a slider. So you can decrease recoil, you can decrease or increase recoil, you can uh, change it, aim down sight speed, your recoil. Yeah, well, I've said that twice, but yeah, quite a lot of things.
But aren't there like
You
a
can
million
change.
options though? Like, how do
No, there's not that
you?
many. No, it's
Okay.
you just every attachment you have, you can just tune, and it only has two options when you tune to like customize.
Okay.
Um,
That's not too bad.
so it's quite easy.
I'll have to give that a go later. So what I mean, so that means we know the meta is basically the Scar is one of the ARs along with the M4, and then for the subs you have the Vaznev. I think
Yeah,
the meta is decent. I've saw recently though, at least in some of the pro matches, like there was the $60,000 tournament the other day. Zuma's one. I feel like there's almost more M4s now than there are Scars. I'm not sure if you noticed that,
yeah.
Vex.
I don't know. I think because when the tuning was out, or when the tuning wasn't out, sorry, that the M4 was better. But when the tuning's in, the Scar's better because you can completely like remove all the recoil and it just hits harder in
Okay.
my
So
opinion.
tuning is very important then.
Yeah,
And then in terms of guns that have been G8, I mean, we all know the cast off. It's technically an assault rifle, but with the attachments, it was being used as submachine gun. That thing was ridiculous. I was getting 1 2 bullet in the head. I felt like,
yeah. No, that you could tell that was gonna be G8 straight away.
yeah, that thing is crazy. Was it in the beta? I can't remember.
Yeah. It was one of the
Oh,
best guns in the beta.
I was, yeah, okay, it was, yeah. That thing's ridiculous. Like it's like the 7 4U from Cold War on steroids. So
Yeah,
that thing had to go.
but
And then
literally three bullets, two bullets.
yeah, if the
The headshot.
headshot multiplier, and then the STB got banned only the other day. The STB is kind of it's like the AUG from some of the other CODs. I don't know. I didn't use it much. It feels like one of those guns where if you get used to it, it shreds, but like it has a bit more of a skill gap. I thought, but I didn't use it a massive amount.
I don't really understand that GA. I mean, I've only used it a few times, but I don't know.
You
I feel like
don't think it should be
all the
banned?
guns are. No, I don't think it should be. I think maybe a bit of a nerf, like
Okay.
a nerf to the gun, but nothing crazy. But I think all the other guns can compete.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I didn't really see that many people fry with it. Like even in like some of the like eights or like even watching other streams, like I don't know. I guess the pros definitely know better than we do, but it doesn't stand out as like a gun like the
True.
Kastov. But anyways, yeah. Then the submachine gun, the Fennec, kind of like the Vector from back in Ghosts, but definitely not as good as the Vector, but definitely shreds up close. That got added recently. I kind of see why it's like it's kind of up close. It's just like a cheat code. Like it
No, of
literally,
course it's crazy. Yeah,
yeah, it just zaps you.
kills
Yeah.
it just kills too fast. But medium range to well anything past medium range, it's literally choked.
Yeah,
The
and
the damage the damage drop off is crazy.
so yeah, that's true. So Apex is saying in chat as well that like Slasher and some of the people have been mentioning GAing the M4. I don't know if that's gonna happen because like we saw in old CODs like the XM4 got GA'd. I think the XM4 is a lot better than this game's M4.
Yeah, no
Because
shot. I don't think the M4 will get banned.
I see,
I don't.
I feel like it's too slow this year, like for it to get GA'd. Like the ADS is kind of slow and
It's not. You still need to like to do well with it. You need to be all right at the game. No one can use it and do really well. Like,
yeah.
well, if you tune it properly and you've got all the right attachments,
See, I just feel like it's
a
hard.
lot easier. But
It's hard this year to see what's crazy overpowered and what's not, unless it's like an outlier like the cast off, because the time to kill is just so fast,
yeah,
so
it's a
fast.
slow game as well. I think it's a slow
Yeah,
game compared to 2019. So if you held up on a pre-aim with the M4 or any AR, you're not really gonna lose it.
yeah. I mean, there's no advanced movement this year unless you're Shotzi. I'm not sure if you saw that clip with Shotzi dolphin diving across Pred.
With
Did you?
Fred, yeah,
That
I saw
was
that. Yeah,
crazy.
I know. He couldn't
So
kill him as well.
yeah,
He tried
yeah,
cheating him.
that's your Shotzi then. Yeah, but yeah, then equipment. So this is kind of more standard stuff. Flash grenades are completely banned. God, if you get flash in this game, you might as well. You're gonna get blinded. So thank God they got rid of
Yeah.
those. I saw some people joking around about Illy because he looks so close to his screen. If he got flashbanged, he might actually lose his eyesight. So yeah, that's a good call. And then smoke grenades. Not allowed in respawn. You're allowed one per player in S&D. I'm not sure if you've noticed, Vex. I feel like the smokes have maybe not been fixed fully. Like you can still get one way a bit, but they're definitely not like Cold Wars ones or stuff. They're definitely better. I thought. I'm not sure how much
Yeah,
you've used
I haven't
smokes, but
I haven't used them personally. My teammates have been using them, so I haven't had to worry about it. But yeah, it's crazy. I've seen a few people make some plays in the smokes, just running into it,
yeah.
and
And I think one
you know,
per team is relatively balanced. Like
yeah, I like the one per team on S&D. It adds more strategy to the game, I think.
yeah, for sure. And then the trophy system, another kind of standard one. It's a field upgrade this year, so you're allowed two per team in all game modes. So that's not much to talk about there. Obviously, the other field upgrades always going to be Dead Silence. Dead Silence not as a perk. Something that actually I thought about recently, Vex. Would you see? I'd like Dead Silence as a perk, but I'd also like some noise to be like heard. Like I feel like tack sprint should be hearable, like slightly, and then I feel like other movements shouldn't be. Like if you have a Dead Silence or whatever, like just
Yeah, no,
crouching,
I
moving.
think
But
I
I do
think
think there should be some.
I think Dead Silence should be a perk 100%. Like that just should be like basic
Standard in
knowledge,
COD, yeah.
standard in COD, yeah. But like you said, attack sprint could be okay. Like to hear the footsteps. But it just makes the game so slow on SND, just having to crouch around and
I mean, the
you know.
best play you can make in search is wait for Dead Silence. That shouldn't be that shouldn't be what you're meant to
Nah,
do, but that's what you're
you're
meant to
literally
do.
playing around Dead Silence, which is crazy. So
Yeah,
it
like
just makes the game a lot slower. If they had Dead Silence as a perk, then it'd be a lot
yeah.
faster in SND. Um,
In last week's tournament that we hosted, I mean, what me COD casting the search, the first 30 seconds of a lot of rounds was just waiting. Like I was just watching people wait.
yeah, they
Like
do.
there is
If you're in a
no
1v2 situation and you're close to your Dead Silence, you're like 10 seconds away. You're just gonna wait
Yeah,
for it.
but even 4v4, like when there's some money on the line, like 4v4, like I remember Hotel, there was people not pushing on the offense, not pushing anywhere past the plat. People on the on the other side not going like past like the other side plat or like past restaurant like
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Hotel
yeah.
like so yeah, it's just gonna be if it stays like this all year, it's gonna be a bit of a
I
rough
think it will.
S&D
I think it will
watch.
do it. I think it will do, to be fair, because it did in 2019.
Yeah, they stuck it
Um,
out, yeah. Yeah.
and people play around it and stuff. It's not ideal, but just have to
Did
kind
you
of
see that
stick with it
tournament?
sometimes.
The $60,000 like pro sim tournament. They turned up the how quick you get it. Like they two times how quick you get it. Dead silence. They
No,
two.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I only saw like briefly. They two times how quick you get dead silence, and they put the health up to 130. And they played like a proper tournament, and like people were getting dead silence like every other round.
What is that in the 5v5?
Yeah. They put that shit up just
Right.
to
Okay. I
test
saw
it
a
out.
few clips, but I didn't know they did
I
that.
mean, I know it's
That's
5v5, but like just talking, like, or not talking, but hearing people talk about it, they said like S&D felt way more smooth. Like here and there, you wouldn't have dead silence, but like people
well,
weren't
and you
waiting
can
or
do
waiting
that.
around all day for
You
it.
can do that in the game settings.
Yeah, but you can't do it in CDL. I think you have to like start from scratch and
Oh
like
right. Okay.
set it up. But that doesn't take. I mean, yeah, that's something maybe that might be
Surely
tried out by the pros.
they could add the feature into the CDL
They
settings, couldn't they?
they could, but they probably. I mean,
Well, yeah, they probably won't. Yeah, true.
maybe next year. So that challenger or not challenger, sorry, sniper rifles have been restricted in Europe. Obviously, that's our region. For me, I kind of have a distinct opinion on this. I don't think they should be banned. I think they should follow what North America is doing for now and put on no attachments. Because I've tried out the sniper without attachments compared to with them. I like to snipe a little bit on search. It's definitely harder to use without attachments. Like it's still really good. Like the aim assist is crazy, but like you get kills so quick in this game. Like without attachments, the ADS isn't too crazy. I'm not sure what you think, Vex. For me, I don't like the idea of them being banned because I think it adds like a massive part for search. But what you reckon?
No, I like the sniper. I always want the sniper to be played because
Yeah.
it allows like big plays to be made. I remember I'll never forget that clip that Dashi made, Black Ops 4. Don't know the map, but he did like a
Oh.
4K in S&D or something like that. Like,
Yeah. No, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
he nearly killed the whole team with a sniper, and just watching that, it was just it's cool to watch. So,
Remember like
um,
Simp back in Black Ops 4, like.
oh, was it Sim that did it? I
Maybe
can't.
it was sim. Wait, was it that map with? It was on like the
It was
outer
on the left
part.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's that name of that? Oh, with like the sliding doors that you walk into, like
yeah,
the
yeah,
automatic
yeah.
doors. Yeah. I know the clip you're on about. Yeah.
It might have been Simp
That
actually.
was simp. That was
Uh,
simp.
but yeah, it's always a good watch when snipers are in play. So yeah, I like to see them in.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we'll see if that changes at all. Hopefully they consider bringing it back without attachments. And then again, we have our maps and modes. You can see all your hardpoint control and search. In terms of actual new maps, we know that they have in the files, I guess, or whatever you'd call it. They have terminal, they have high rise, but they announced recently that they're going to be bringing out like a massive content pack next year and charging $70 for it again.
Yeah,
So
what is this? I
so
heard about it, but I
I
didn't read
only heard
about it.
about it too. So it's basically meant to be like a mass content download, new maps, like maybe new stuff in game. I'm not sure about guns, but definitely a lot of maps. And they're going to charge like so to make up for not releasing a new COD. They're going to charge a full COD price for a content release. So
Yeah,
but see the only thing with that is they're going to have to make sure it's like crazy and has a ton of shit in it. So that means we're not going to get maps early. It might
yeah,
more than likely. So that means we're probably going to be stuck with the maps we see now. Obviously, we'll talk about this in a little bit, but we have kind of this season one roadmap, but there's no really COD competitive maps in that, so we're probably stuck with what we have
yeah. We'll see.
for the time
I
being.
mean, I think everyone kind of knew that was going to happen anyway. The release of like Terminal and Afghan and all those maps in the second year.
Yeah,
Um,
and
but we'll see.
a quick one.
I've heard about the comp time.
The guys in chat just said shout out to everyone who's watching live. They said Arsenal was the map where Sim did that. I remember in the clip you were talking
Arsenal,
about.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a mad
Arsenal.
clip. So yeah, these are again we talk about these maps and modes. Actually, a quick one as well. I don't think even that many people know this. I'd be interested to see if you know this. In Control this year, you get time per tick, 20 seconds every tick. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. I didn't know that either until I was casting it like the other day. So every tick you get 20 seconds, and
I
what
think
that
they did that. They did that in Vanguard. I'm pretty sure, and then they removed it.
yeah they removed it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it was Mark's idea originally. At least
I don't know if it was 20 seconds though, but I know
yeah,
they added
it's
time when
20
you got
seconds
tick.
this year, but it's definitely adding way too much time. Like the controls I've seen, like after the people cap the first point, if they do it early, they'll have almost like 2 minutes 45.
Yeah,
Like that's way too long. So
yeah.
we'll have to see if they make any modification to that. Then your general restricted items, obviously your battle rifle, shotguns, like machine guns, your rocket launchers, all the stuff you expect to be banned, silencers. And then this year the tacticals are the frag grenade and the Semtex. Vex, I don't know if this is true. I heard the frag does more damage in the Semtex. Have you seen anything around that?
I've not
Apparently,
seen anything on that.
apparently it
So
does. I've heard
I
people,
died. I died to more Semtexes though
but
than
I
Frag.
feel like that's more of like you're in the mix though, right? Because you can dodge. I don't actually. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you're right.
I mean, when I'm laying down, if I'm weak and someone's made me weak and behind, I glitch or something. and there's chuck a Semtex.
Yeah,
Like,
see, I don't like Semtex though. They're way less skill. It's just someone just
yeah,
chucks a
it's hard,
Semtex and
hard to get away.
yeah,
Uh, I've not really dodged that many frags, but
yeah. I
I
guess
don't know what the pros are
people.
using. What are the pros using?
I think in search frags, from what I've seen, I think that's where I
Right.
heard it. I think I heard some of them saying, "Oh, put out a frag, it does more damage." I don't know. I could have
I mean,
just making that
skill
up.
gap wise, frags are better because you can obviously cook it and make it explode as soon as it
Yeah,
hits
you
the
have to
body.
time it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
But I think people don't run it obviously because it takes more time. Like a Semtex,
yeah,
you just
maybe.
throw it, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then we have obviously another thing to touch on real quick is you see perks on screen. This year we have the whole earn perk system, but in CDL, so there's no super perk. There's only 3 perks, right? So you get the 2
Yeah,
standard and then you earn 1. But what I've seen is like obviously the perk you end up earning is fast hands for everyone, for the most
yeah,
part. You earn it like in a minute or 2 minutes. Like I don't understand why they even have it. Like
yeah. I'm
obviously
not sure.
I
I
don't
don't
want
know.
that to be longer. Like I like how it's short, but like I don't get why it's there at all.
It should just you should just spawn in with the 3 perks.
I don't know what they're trying
That's
to and it's
that's
like
how it
so,
should be. But
yeah, they're just trying to change shit that doesn't need to be changed. Like we'll talk about the red dots on the minimap as well.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. That's another interesting thing that Infinity War brought this year, and then all the regular stuff. We don't really need to get into that. Streaks. Quick one on streaks. What are your thoughts this year, Vex? You like the streaks this game?
yeah, yeah. The precision airstrike's good. I think a few people aren't too happy that I used that in the recent tournament.
Last
But
tournament, anyone listening, there was a little bit of
it's not.
drama.
It's not. Is
Remember,
it? It's not Jade.
it's
Is
not
it?
on
It's
here.
not
I
Jade.
double checked. It's not on here. You
Yeah,
were
exactly. Hold
completely.
that juice. I think. Uh, Juice held that precision airstrike.
Oh fuck.
But yeah, the Hellstorm gets destroyed by a trophy, which is that shouldn't happen in my
But
opinion.
that's the only streak though that gets fucked up by a trophy, right?
Yeah, but still, it still shouldn't.
I
If
feel
you've
like
got a streak, it can't.
where's
A
the
trophy system
where's
can't
the realism in that one?
exactly like.
I don't know. I
Um,
think it could make sense if like maybe if they had it like a couple trophies, but one trophy just seems silly. Like I can understand
yeah,
like
maybe two
no,
or three
yeah,
trophies maybe,
that
but
would actually work out good because if it was 2 trophies and you had 2 trophies per team and there was a streak coming, you'd have to like quick coordinate with the other guy. Oh, do you have your trophy? Let's throw it on the hill
yeah,
or whatever. But yeah, one trophy just seems a bit silly.
yeah. But there was it the SAE.
SAE is one. Yeah, that's like the kill above the
SAE?
cruise. How many kills is
Yeah,
precision? It's 6, right? The same as isn't it used?
six, I think, or 7 maybe.
6 or 7. Anyway, yeah, streak's pretty good in this game. Not too overpowered, not too underpowered. So I think they have a decent mix on the streaks. And then something we'll go on to quickly. I just pulled up a quick tweet from CDL Intel, just saying lol. Yeah, so the technical rules with the pings on minimap is UAV only, which basically means like you have to use a UAV to see people on the map, which obviously you're not going to be using in competitive. And in the beta files, people saw that there was an option to turn on radar on the minimap, but there's not. We don't have that now. And from what I've been hearing, it's not going to be added. They want to keep the game as similar to like the regular COD as possible. That's why I don't think it's going to go up to 130 health either, or any of that 2 times field upgrades will be changed. So yeah, thoughts on the minimap, Vex? Have you noticed anything different, or what do you reckon?
When you're playing, I don't think you can. In S&D, you can notice it. To be fair, I'm not really paying attention to it, but
Yeah.
because it's not there, you can't really think about if it was going to be there when you're playing. It doesn't really cross your mind, but yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. It is something I want to see in the game, though. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. I
In
mean,
hardpoint, it makes it so much easier.
what I've
Like the callouts on the game have to be so precise because
yeah, it does improve
red dot.
teamwork, but it also makes things more random. Like I've seen a lot of like stupid like routes from like SMG players for the most part, because the people to take routes for the majority like work out because
Yeah.
like let's say they shoot and fuck something up, like people don't really find where they are, then they just get out there, pop like their field upgrade, that silence, and it works out. So it definitely adds some more randomness to it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know, something they changed which didn't need changing, and this is something that actually both the competitive and the casual audiences agree on for the most part. Like all the casuals, like Reddits and shit and Twitter, are always saying bring it back. So I think they definitely are probably are unhappy that they did this. I think that like if looking back, they maybe wouldn't, but like they're not going to change it now. They're going to be on their high horse.
Nah,
Like
they were so like certain with the decision, weren't they?
yeah,
At the
exactly.
start of the game, like they would if they were going to change it, they would have changed it at the start of the game.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So we're gonna move on. We have a rule set, obviously, which brought out the other day, which might change a little bit before Major One. When we pull up, actually, before we talk about challengers, let's look at our season schedule for this year. Major One is December 2nd to 11th as the qualifiers. Actual land tournaments the 15th. So some of the rules may change in the next 2 or 3 weeks coming into that. And real quick, actually, what I'll do before the schedule, just to make sure we don't lose track of what I'm saying. The rule set now will be in place for these Challenger Cups, which I have on screen, which is coming up this weekend. Also, shout out to everyone's watching the chat, guys. Appreciate everyone's tuning in live. Absolute legends in the chat right now. But yeah, so the Cup is, we have all the ones, EU, Latin America, and then NA. Is there an Australian one?
APAC.
APAC. Is APAC on here? I'm not sure if APAC's on here. I don't see it right now, but they probably have one.
It's at the top, isn't it?
Oh, it is. My bad, I'm blind.
Yeah.
So yeah, the APAC one. Anyway, yeah, so EU is going to be this Saturday. They're all on Saturday in the respective time zones. So that's going to be the fixed rule set, the one they just released. They're all going to have to play off that. So we'll see how those control maps played out that we talked about, see how hydroelectric goes. And I'm sure we'll see some complaints on Twitter. And hopefully some stuff off the back of that might get improved for the real schedule, which is on your screens now. So the real schedule is... Obviously, we have 5 majors instead of 4 last year, so that's already a W. The majors starting earlier this year, so that's also a W. So some good stuff from the CDL. Shout out to Daniel Sai, taking his head out his art. So that's a good one. So yeah, the qualifier is starting the 2nd. So how long away is that? That's like 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Yeah, so it's coming up pretty soon. You got your online qualifiers and then the actual LAN tournament. Does it say where the first LAN is on? Because obviously we can see Major 2 is Boston, then...
No, it's not confirmed. Oh, is it Raleigh? Is it a Raleigh?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Why is it not on there? Yeah, it's in Raleigh, yeah.
I don't know if any team is claiming the event, like Breaching Optic.
I think it's a COD-hosted one, right?
CDL.
Yeah, CDL hosted one, the same as Champs. So yeah, that's going to be Pro-Am, which will be interesting. Obviously, we'll get see a lot of the amateur teams. The actual format, I don't have it up right now, but it's going to be a lot better in terms of how they get the challenger teams in there, their opportunities to get through the bracket. So what I think is going to happen is after this tournament, a couple pro teams are going to absolutely shit the sheets, and some of these challenger players are going to be unreal, looking really good. So we should definitely see some early roster changes, which will be interesting. Definitely be doing some shows on that. And then in terms of the rest of the majors, we have one in Boston, which I think is nice. Obviously, it's going to be an optic one. I was going to get high viewership, high attendance. The New York one, which banged last year in the King's Theatre, that was one of my favorites. And then we got the Ultra one in Canada, and then Champs, which is probably going to be in LA. The major standout here for everyone who's probably watching in chat right now, and me and Vex, no London event. The Beverage Boys will not be meeting up this year, unfortunately.
No, I know. Yeah,
so.
I was hoping for an in-person podcast, but is what it is.
Man, that would have been sick. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to happen for a long time now because the whole London getting bought out by the Spanish org. I'm not sure how much you know about that. Yeah, I think we might not have a London event for a few years.
Yeah.
At this stage, so gonna have to host our own one.
I know.
Shoot me,
Beverage Boys.
shoot me some DMs for sponsorship. Yeah. So no London one, but it should be good. I like that there's 5 majors. The only thing is Major 5, because the season starts really early, ends in May, late May, the 5th, the last major. So Champs will be probably late June, early July. So that means the season ends 2 or 3 months earlier than normal.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out. Obviously, we're going into a 2-year cycle. Maybe the next season will start earlier. Who knows what's going to happen? So, pretty good overall scheduling. Good work from the COD League. Listening to some feedback, so I think we can agree there that's pretty good. So yeah, it's a pretty good system. So then, real quick, before we finish out the show, guys, we have our road to the next, our road to season 1. First season, I guess, for Modern Warfare 2. They're going to be adding Shoot House, new Battle Pass, some new weapons. Warzone 2 is coming, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are excited about. DMZ, I think that's kind of like a Tarkov type mode. So that should be pretty fun. Hopefully that actually works out good.
Yeah.
Have you ever played any kind of DMZ type games?
No, I haven't, no.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
That Tarkov, that always looked interesting, but I never played it.
Yeah, I've only watched bits and pieces, so it should be interesting. But I mean, they're just trying to get into that space of gaming and put some competition, which I think is a good thing. So we'll
Yeah.
see how that works out. What's FC event? Are we faded for not
FC
knowing?
event, I'm not
Football
sure.
football club event.
I don't know. I'm not sure
Oh,
about
is it actually talking about like the Neymar World Cup stuff?
that. It
FC.
could be.
So yeah. Anyway, there's gonna be some like the World Cup obviously coming up this winter. So the World Cup's gonna be in the winter, and they got their and COD's bringing like what some like operators like Neymar and some players in, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe that's what they're talking about. So that's gonna be our season 1 roadmap, which is coming out November 16th. So a week from today, actually, from recording this video. So that will be one to
Yeah,
keep
I'm
it.
excited. I'm excited to play a bit of Warzone.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure. I think I'll play it twice, and then that will be me. That will be enough.
yeah, same to be fair.
We'll give it 1 or 2 runs. Try and get some good like skill-based matchmakings first lobby. So yeah, I mean I think that's gonna be about it. Well, we went through like the rule set, some of the upcoming stuff this year. I think overall, actually, real quick, Vex, I want something off you. I want 2 ratings. Give me a rating for this COD out of 10
Yeah.
as an overall COD, and then give me a rating for this COD out of 10 compared to the last like 4 years.
All right. Well, Vanguard was the best game in the last 4 years. So.
Wait, you're faded, right? You're not.
No, I'm being deadly serious. This game has nothing on Vanguard.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Vex.
So Vanguard was a 9.5 in my opinion. This game's an 8.
This man's trolling so hard right now. Wait, yeah, you have to be. If you're not fucking trolling, you were smoking some fucking spicy shit.
No, I did enjoy Vanguard. I'd say Vanguard's like a good 8.
You were just a ranked fiend, brother. You were just a fucking ranked fucking
It was a
demon.
good 8, but this game's probably I'd say at the current state 8.
And is that overall CODs for you or recent CODs? Because 8's quite
Oh
high.
no, recent CODs.
Yeah, recent CODs. What's like an overall?
In the last 4 years, since the CDL started.
Yeah, I think I'd give it like. Would I give it an 8? I think I'd maybe give it like a 7.5, maybe 8 if I'm in a good mood that day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely in the last 2 years they've definitely improved upon it. I mean, in terms of sales, audience, they've sold over $1 billion of copies in the first 10 days.
Yeah, in 10 days.
And
crazy.
it took Black Ops 2 2 weeks to get to that.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can kind of rate like inflation a bit more, like the game costs a bit more, like in terms of that. But like you can definitely tell the audience is still there. COD's still alive and kicking. I mean, it was PlayStation's most sold game I think this year or ever on PlayStation. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, COD's still alive, still going well. Excited for the upcoming season ahead. Starting very shortly. And yeah, any closing comments, Vex, before we close out? Are you happy to go?
No, I'm just excited for the season to start. Can't wait to watch some competitive COD. I'm excited.
100%, not far away. Shout out to everyone who watched in live, guys. I appreciate you're going to stay online, play some games now, maybe some Money 8s, some Reg 8s, or some GBs. We'll see where the night takes us. Everyone who's watching on YouTube, guys, be sure to smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And me and Vex will catch you boys in the next one.
Peace.